Hello everyone. If you follow me on Facebook, you would have seen I posted a story on Monday about the police coming to my home because they said they needed to search because someone called in saying that my brother was dealing or selling drugs at our house. So they came into our house they intruded into our house, and yeah, there was pretty much nothing we could have done at that point in time. So right now I'm just making a video. I waited a couple of days because I was still angry, still pissed off. So I wanted to calm myself down for a bit before I made this video. We're not sure who the caller is, but I have a sneaking suspicion I might know. I'm not 100% sure, but there was someone that was having issues with my brother, and the likelihood that they probably called the police telling them to search the house is I'm pretty sure high. But I got a couple of seconds of video footage of it.
Have to start nowhere else.
Me and my family, we were sleeping peacefully, and then we were awakened 7 o'clock in the morning to police storming in our back door, the door that my brother comes in and out from his room. There's a back door, and they come storming in saying that they need to search the place. Yeah, but what does the rest of us have to do with this? You know, we don't have anything to do with it. I have like a bunch of suitcases that came down from Holland, and all of them are my stuff, and I especially do not like people touching my stuff. I don't like people coming to my house or entering into my room. There's very few people I allow into my personal space, so it was very exposing. I just really no, that was not the way I have to go. Um, when they came in, is the first thing you're supposed to do is show the warrant that you have, right? That was not even shown. I mean, yeah, they say, oh, we have a warrant to search the house, but show the warrant. I mean, we don't have to go to you to get a warrant. You come to us, you're intruding into our space, our house. So show us the damn warrant, you know? Um, Afterwards, yeah, they were searching my brother's room first. He just has a small little room there. They were searching for drugs, blah, blah, blah. And then my room is right next to my brother. And they started immediately coming into my room. Get out. I don't blame her. Any person, the first instinct in their mind to do when someone comes into their yard, into their house, is tell them to get out. What are you doing in our personal space? Either you're the police or the president, you know? Nobody wants somebody, nobody wants anybody coming into their personal space in their house. My parents built this house from foundation, the ground up. This is their house, you know? And then to have someone storm into your house, the house that you built with your own hands, no. And so the police were also pretty rude. I don't care if the civilian was uh, talking smack or telling you to get out. You, as the authority figure, you are the policeman. You have to have a certain level of professionalism, you know? If someone is angry, you try to calm them down. You try to diffuse the situation. You don't say certain things that make them get even more angrier, do you? I'm like, I don't know, I don't know what kind of training these police officers have, but they need to do a better job, you know? You do not say things that would make the person more upset. At least that's what I would think, that you would try to diffuse the situation as the policeman. Like, don't they teach this in school, in the police school academy, in the police school? But the things that they were saying was just making my mother even more upset, and she was telling them to get out, you know. If you like, if I entered into their house, wouldn't they tell me to get out too? So, so that is a normal human response. Nobody is gonna be seeing someone enter into their personal space and say like, "Oh, come in." No, there was this particular policeman, this white guy, this Dutch white guy, that when my mother was telling him to get out, he was so condescending. He pissed me off. He was like, "Sit down, sit down." Like, what the hell? You do not talk like that when you're intruding into somebody else's house. You know your place. You try to calm them down, say, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but we have the warrant to search your place. We apologize." You don't be descending, like condescending like this, talking to someone when you are in somebody else's house. You know, but I was just looking at them. I was waiting for him to get aggressive with my mother because yeah, they started searching my stuff. They went all into my underwear, searched my bra, like, it's so invasive that I felt so invaded. You know, who wants people touching their stuff, their private property? And it's not like if I'm a materialistic person. I just do not like people in my personal space. This is my personal space. Do not intrude. I don't care if you're the policeman or the president. This is my space. Get out. Like, according to my mother. But anyway, they searched our house. They found nothing. And at the end they were like, "Oh, we apologize for coming in, but have a nice day." How the hell we gonna have a nice day after this? I seriously think in the academy they should really be teaching these policemen how to communicate properly with civilians, because apparently they're not doing a good job with teaching them how to properly communicate, to diffuse a situation, to calm down the people, you know. But anyway, later in the day we found out that our homes were not the only ones that was invaded. There were other people as well, but still, that's not the point. We were still invaded, and still no, they didn't find anything. But what else I was gonna say? Oh yeah, and my brother was telling me that they gave him when he went up in the road to go work, because my brother usually goes to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, but one of the police officers called out to him, and the way how he called out to him was very disrespectful. Like I said, what are they teaching in these academies? I don't like this white Dutch policeman. According to my brother, he's bald. Since I'm still new to the island, I don't know what's all going on with, I don't know all these new policemen that's on the island or anything, but he told me, my brother told me, that this policeman in the police truck called out to him. He's like, "Hey, something along the lines of, hey, you fucker, or motherfucker. Like, is this how you talk to your civilian? I mean, we are not, this is not the time of the slave trade, you know. We're out of that time. So know how to talk to people. You do not call people fuckers. You are an authority. You are the policeman. What is your place talking like this to a civilian, to somebody? I don't care if you're a drug lord, if you're a pedophile, whatever. You as an authority figure have to know how to speak to people." That's why I said I'm not sure if Holland is doing their best or their worst. But my brother was like looking at his friend. He's like, what is he talking to you or me? Then the man point to my brother's like, I'm talking to you, fucker or motherfucker or whatever. Ah, this is how they spoke to you. I would not have gone to him. I'm like, if you do not know how to address me properly, you can stay right there. you know. And then when he went to the police officer, the police officer had handed him the warrant, stating that they were going to search the place. But the warrant was in Dutch. My brother does not know a word of Dutch. So how the hell was he supposed to understand what is being said in the letter? Anyway, like I mentioned before, there was a couple of mistakes that the policemen's made. First of all, when you come into a person's place, you got to show the warrant. Show it until, like, give it to them in their hand or put it in a place that they will be able to see it for themselves. Second of all, this is an English-speaking island. Sure, we know how to speak a little bit of Dutch, but how many people know how to speak Dutch here on the island? So the letter should have been both in Dutch and in English, so that a person who probably does not understand how to speak Dutch would still be able to understand it because it'd be in English, right? But no, that was not the case. Third of all, the way you address people is not, hey fucker or hey motherfucker, come here. No. The third mistake, let me see. Fourth mistake is you don't go into somebody else's house, whether they're videotaping you or taking a picture of you, and grab their possession out of their hand and put it in the other side of the room. You know, it's not yours. And I was just laying in my bed. I was not doing anything to anyone. I just took a couple of seconds of video footage and that was it. Like what, maybe 5, maybe 9 seconds? 9 seconds is not gonna kill anybody, you know? And what else? Oh yeah. What the warrant that I was saying about, they should have first given the warrant to my mother, because though they gave the warrant to my brother when he was working up in the road, and then he came down and saw that they were immediately searching into the house, he thought they were going to only search in his room, not the entire house. So they should have probably given one to him, but they should have also gone in advance and gave one to my mother and my parents, because they are the ones that own this house. They are the ones that built this house. It's their house. We live here with our children, but this is their house still. So the first person that should have gotten that warrant were supposed to be the owners of the house, you know? This is out of hand. Really out of hand. The way how the policemen are communicating with people and stuff like that. You know, you are the authority. You know? You have to know how to communicate with people. You are the one who is in that profession. People are going to get angry. People are going to react in all kinds of different manners, you know? You have to be the one to control the situation. Oh, boy. And another point that I would like to make is my parents are up in age, you know. My father is in 83, making 84 in the next couple of months. So he's a bit frailer, and, you know, you have to take their health into consideration. My mother, she has had stroke, so she's half paralyzed on one side. And, well, her speech is not all there, but and she also has diabetes, she has high blood pressure, and they're storming into our house like this. What if something were to happen to my parents because they stormed in like this? What if my mother, due to her high blood pressure, ends up getting hospitalized for this? What are they gonna tell us? Oh, we're sorry? Are they gonna tend to her medical bills? Oh, how if my father were to, with his old age, if he were supposed to get a heart attack, what are they gonna do? Don't they take these kind of things into consideration? It's not like my brother's living alone by himself or anything. He's living with his family, with elderly people. I seriously think there needs to be a reform in the police. I wonder how many people on Sable are satisfied with the police. That I probably wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are not satisfied with the police.